Yo, welcome to Carter's Corner Pocket. We're filled with Rocket. Today, I'm talking GameStop. Jobs report came in soft. No Tony De Niro. What's going down, yo? Derek, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm monetized now, but nothing's gonna change. Same old, same old. I had to get on here. I gotta take my daughter voice lessons today. It's at 6 o'clock right now. It's 5:12 Eastern time. But I just wanted to get on because we have like a family event going on later, so people are gonna be here for a while, and I wouldn't really have time. And yeah, I was working all types of stuff. People giving me calling me through Microsoft Teams right before I had to pick up my kids. I was late to pick up my kids. I had to go pick them up from the other bus stop. But let me just get into it right now. Jobs report came in horrible. It's like the worst thing you could do. The only worst thing is losing jobs. I think the estimate. What were the job number estimates? Around 70 something thousand new jobs to be added, and it came in at 22,000. Very soft, absolute complacent. It's one of the worst recipes you can have. Let me go ahead and see what was it last time. Does it have a chart somewhere? Anyways, 2 months ago it came in. It was supposed to come in June. It was supposed to be 14,000. It got revised down to negative 13,000. Lost 13,000 jobs. Last month, July, it was in the seven. It was projected in the 70,000 range. It came in at the 70,000 range. In August, last month, August, was projected 70 something thousand. It came in at 22,000. So what's happening? Business owners are using AI. Humans, regular everyday humans. I say humans like I'm an alien, but regular people not being hired, and unemployment ticked up to 4.3%. You know inflation is still there. We know we go out, we buy things every day. So what's going to happen? I think stagflation, they're calling stall speed. Stall speed is basically is what they're saying the economy is at. Different when I say they, it's different media outlets, different articles. They call it stall speed of an airplane. So stall speed at an airplane is the minimum amount an airplane needs to take liftoff. So they're saying our economy right now, the U.S. economy is at stall speed. That's the minimum amount before it tanks, really, just to keep afloat. So what will make it tank? Next week is CPI print. That comes in hot, which I just have a feeling that it will. Or unless, I mean, didn't Trump fire the last head of Bureau of Labor Statistics because of the job numbers coming out wrong, coming out bad, not to his liking? So he rehired a new person, and the job numbers are worse. So yeah, crazy to me. So we're gonna have softening in jobs, inflation rate coming in, inflation CPI, consumer price index coming in hot. Basically, the jobs have flatlined, literally flatlined. It is, where is it? Do I have it over here? Okay, first, which was 2 months ago in June. 2 months ago, right? Yeah, 2 months ago in June, 3 months ago, whenever June was the first job loss ever. It's the first job loss since 2020. Okay, so keep that in mind. We're supposed to be out of COVID. That was during COVID. Imagine the job losses then. In June was the first job loss since 2020. Right now, unemployment is the highest in years. What else? Wages went up 0.3%. Inflation's sticky, and that's going to cause stagflation. So when wages are going up, you think that's great, 0.3%. Okay, but inflation's outpacing that. So what's going to happen when people get more? And they're going to cut rates. We'll get into that really quick. So wages are going up. People are going to have just a little bit more money in their pocket. So they're going to start spending it, right? So that means more demand. So business owners that are strapped because of all the tariffs, they're going to start jacking up their prices because there's more demand, obviously. Supply and demand, laws of supply and demand. Okay? So then business owners, they're going to start jacking up their prices just to cover the tariffs. In the end, it all runs off of the consumer. So when consumers are going to start seeing the prices raising up even higher, and inflation is even higher on products, prices will start getting exorbitantly high, and consumers just won't be able to pay it. So what's going to happen? They're going to start picking and choosing where they're going to spend their discretionary money. And then when they're like, okay, I don't need that extra cup of coffee. I don't need this. I'm going to switch to home brewed coffee. Then it's when like little coffee shops, little small businesses, small to medium businesses will start going down. But the way they're going to go down is different. So what's going to happen is they're going to cut interest rates, right? They're going to cut interest rates. They have to now. Especially with the job loss numbers, just to ease borrowing, ease loans. I talk about small businesses not being able to keep up with the tariffs. They have front loaded it. We're starting to see the effects. We will start seeing it even more. It's not over. We will start seeing it even more. So small businesses are going to be stressed out. So now what's going to happen? When small businesses are stressed out, they're going to start either borrowing or laying people off. I've talked about laying people off. So now that interest rates will be cut, it's going to make it more open to borrowing. So when you borrow, it's debt, right? You're going to over leverage yourself on debt. You're going to get a little debt, and then you're going to be like, oh, wait, I need a little more. I'm running a little low. Costs of this went up. Costs of that went up. Like lumber went up. Then you're going to start getting some more money from the bank, some more money, some more money. Then when you have to start paying all of those loans back and you're like, damn, I'm strapped, you're going to start laying off this worker, that worker. Or you're going to start using AI, and not even hire anymore, which is happening as well. So that's what's going on with the economy. Let me click this really quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Like I said, I don't have too much time. Probably have to leave at like 5:40, so in 20 minutes, 22 minutes, just so I can get my daughter there on time. U.S. unemployment jumps to nearly four-year high. Four-year high is weak job creation in August, tees up, Fed rate cut. Jobless rate climbs to 4.3%, high since 2021. As economy generates just 22,000. Okay, there's some other stuff in here. Fourth subpar employment report in a row. All but cements reduction in U.S. interest rates. Fed Reserve when officials meet in 2 weeks. Yeah. The unemployment rate inched up to 4.3. Okay, yeah, 2021. We did that. Many companies are letting open positions go unfilled or are relying on technology such as AI instead of adding new workers. Surveys of business execute show. Yeah, so I mean, we talked about that. Healthcare. This is another thing. Healthcare providers added 47,000 employees, and hotel restaurants created 28,000 jobs. Okay, so what happens when people stop going to hotels and restaurants, start changing up their vacation plans, their eating habits, all of that, and going to the grocery store is expensive enough? How are all these small restaurants going to stay in business? Egg prices went down just a little, but meat prices went up that much, The June estimate was revised to show 13,000 decline. Yeah, we did that. Unusual large revisions in employment reports this year have raised questions about the accuracy of the jobs data. This is what they're reporting to us. Like, just even if they fudge the numbers, these are the fudge numbers, and the fudge numbers are coming in less than 1/3 of the expected, like 22,000 compared to, I think it was 78,000 was the number. It's less than 1/3 of what was expected. It's going to create stagflation. There's going to be, what is it? There's going to be, and it's all lining up perfectly, absolutely perfectly, with the drop on the SPY that is bound to happen. You can see right over here on the daily chart. Look at this. Complete upward trend momentum. We're still continuing that bearish divergence on the MACD. So now, where else have we seen that over here? You can see it over here. Right over here. Take a look at this. Upward momentum on the SPY. Flat, slightly downward. This is a way sharper downward momentum at this point. And that was from like 520 to 480 or something, that drop. Here's all the BS. All the BS, tariffs, everything. Imagine the DeepSeek crap with NVIDIA. NVIDIA already started the tank. Right over here, look at this. Draw this line. Draw that line right there. Let's see where this will drop down to. I don't even care to call out numbers. Let's see, 130. Maybe even less. Remember when it dropped to 485? 86 over here. SPY dropped to 485, and they had to save it. They moved trillions of dollars within an hour. Trillions of dollars of money got moved within an hour, and then it all just magically recovered. Fastest recovery ever in history out of a bear market was just now. That does not come without repercussions. They couldn't allow the real price discovery to happen, the true price discovery. Ryan Cohen said it. Let them short. It'll work. The price will work itself out. So I'm here for the long term of GameStop. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to hear.
What is taught in modern corporate finance courses is twaddle.
You want to elaborate on that, Charlie? Three wonderful businesses is more than you need in this life to do very well. And the average person isn't going to run into that. I mean, if you look at how the fortunes were built in this country, they weren't built out of a portfolio of 50 companies. They were built by someone who identified with a wonderful business. Coca-Cola is a great example. A lot of fortunes have been built on that. And there aren't 50 Coca-Colas. There aren't 20. If there were, it'd be fine. We could all go out and diversify like crazy among that group and get results that would be equal to owning the really wonderful one. But you're not going to find it. And the truth is you don't need it. I mean, if you have a really wonderful business is very well protected against the vicissitudes of the economy over time and the competition. I mean, we're talking about businesses that are resistant to effective competition, and 3 of those will be better than 100 average businesses, and they'll be safer, incidentally. I mean, there is less risk in owning 3 easy to identify wonderful businesses than there is in owning 50 well-known big businesses. And it's amazing what has been taught over the years in finance classes about that, but I can assure you that I would rather pick, if I had to bet the next 30 years on the fortunes of my family that would be dependent upon the income from a given group of businesses, I would rather pick 3 businesses from those we own than own a diversified group of 50. Charlie?
Yeah, what he's saying is that what is taught in modern corporate finance courses is twaddle.
Okay, so Warren Buffett right there. I mean, this just, it solidifies everything. We're GameStop investors. I see you. The comments are funny, Sergio, what's up? Jesus, Diddy type of night. I don't know, man. I got a whole rack of oil. There's funny. I was making like some diaper rash cream for my baby, and like it got shea butter, all different types of oils, right? And like I ordered a whole bunch shipped to my house, but it came wrapped in like one of the it wasn't in an Amazon package or a box. It was in one of those clear wrapping things tied up with a sticker. And the dude, it was during like the Diddy trial. So the Amazon dude was like, "Yo, is this a Diddy house?" I was like, "Yo, I know what I held it. I was like, "Yo, I know what it looks like," and it's just me holding up a bunch of oil. But yeah, so that joke was so funny. I have that on the Ring camera, but my wife didn't believe me. Trick what lace who and what Mace do. I love the old school songs, but Diddy had to ruin it all. Old school songs. Ricky B. Loco, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Shake Zilla, Mason Puffy looking at my monetization. Right off the bat, YouTube's probably going to cancel everything. I think they review your account. They're like, he opens with copyrighted music. So anyways, Warren Buffett over there, he said you want a company that'll he said generally they'll, like, if you do your research into the company, you want a company that'll be resistant to the vicissitudes of the market. Vicissitudes, the viscosity. You change oil, the viscosity. 0W20, 5W20, the thickness of it, the fluidity of it, the ups and downs of the market. You want something that'll be resistant to that. So GameStop is absolutely that. Ryan Cohen looks way into the future. He looks 5 years into the future, maybe even 10, because I'm saying 5 is probably 10. He knew exactly what's happening. He knows the whole market is propped up. Why would you buy the S&P 500 when it's only propped up by 7 companies, 6 companies at that? 90% of the earnings came from hyperscalers, only AI, solely AI chips. So if we're in a bubble, this is it. And I'm glad to only be invested in GameStop. The whole spiel. You know what we do, 51, Team 51 investors, absolute GameStop elitas, GameStop thoroughbred investors, not swing traders, no day trading, just buying over time. And people that do cover calls, you want to make a little bit of money here and there. Okay, so what happens when earnings comes out, we blow it out the water, and then 30 is the new 20? You're never going to be able to buy below 30. You know, this is why we accumulate shares over time. Say 30, like 10 used to be it. Then we go to 20. I'll say the absolute bottom of GameStop, if you really want to call it, maybe just under 20. If there's ever a way for them to push it, just under 20. I would say it would be this bottom line right over here, $19. But I mean, they don't have a lot of time because we're running off the support line all the way up. And we'll just continuously buy. Like, the only thing that I'm concerned about is earnings is next week. We're going to deliver $140, $150 million profit. Think about what that means for us. Think about what that means, okay? For the yearly, for the annual, when the 10K comes out. What are we at right now? Q1 net income. I should know this number off the top of my head. Kind of embarrassing, but whatever. 45 million. Okay? And let's say we come in 145 million. Where are we at? 190 million? And then we still have Q3 and Q4 to add on. Our largest quarter. We're going to be reporting a $500 million profit, $500 million profit on the year. I mean, just take a look at where we came from. Losing money consistently. Ryan Cohen has said it. We inherited a crappy business, all while we're making that net income. Gross margins are consistently increasing. We're becoming a less cyclically dependent business, thanks to TCG, Power Packs. Not even to mention what Power Packs will add to this. You know, because all of these numbers so far does not even include Power Packs. So whatever Power Packs add to this, it's going to be a snowball rolling downhill, man. When do you think Warren Buffett, Berkshire are going to buy GameStop? I have no clue. That would be so cool if he did, but I don't see the need for him to do it. You know, he's good, right? With life, investing, all of that. But let's go ahead and see what I have so we can get through this stuff, hopefully, because I think I'm running out of time. 11 minutes. Okay, we did that. Jobs. I don't really care. For this, we already talked about the numbers, the job numbers looking bad. There was something. Okay, yeah, healthcare went up. Everything else, oh man, I missed it out. Construction, new construction, all of those jobs, manufacturing, all went down. So I thought the tariffs, the devaluation of the U.S. dollar is supposed to bring foreign investment into U.S. businesses, into U.S. businesses. Not happening. Construction and manufacturing, and something else that's very important, the backbone of the U.S. economy, going downhill for jobs. Multiple layoffs. Look, you don't even here.
Mounting layoffs in the tech industry have many concerned about the changing landscape.
Experts are weighing in about the fear of artificial intelligence replacing people in the Bay Area. Ground Force Stephanie Rothman joining us live in downtown San Francisco with their take. Stephanie?
Noel, between Google, Intel, and now San Francisco's Oracle, as well as Salesforce making cuts to their workforce, it seems only fitting to be pointing the finger at AI. 6 months ago, we asked industry experts what's to come, and now it seems that their concerns are validated.
It takes decades often to go through a change like this, and we're going through changes, it seems, almost on a monthly basis.
Technology analyst Rob Enderle of the Enderle Group says that
I really don't care. You get the gist of it, man. We don't even have to worry about it because we're all in GameStop, right? That's the beautiful thing. That's what Warren Buffett was talking about. You need to find a business that resists the ups and downs of the markets. When it goes deeply down, you're not upset. When it goes down, you're not upset because you know it's just a buying opportunity. When it goes up, you're elated because you're right. That's how it is with GameStop. We found our company, man. If you think GameStop is only going to be a used video game store, even just only going to be TCGs, you got another thing coming. Ryan Cohen is going to deliver year after year after year, and he said it himself. Consistent quarterly profits. I don't see another quarter of us losing money ever again, ever again. Look at the layoffs and the global landscape that we don't have to worry about as long-term investors. More tech layoffs hit Seattle, Oracle layoffs, PBS cut 15% of staff. ConocoPhillips layoffs to begin November 10th. Major layoffs, 25% of its workforce. Salesforce cut a ton, right? 5,000 jobs, I think. Was it 5,000? Who cares? But that's just the point. Everyone's laying off left and right. BP as well. Texas oil giant lay off a quarter of its staff. And it's continuous. Every single week we'll search, we'll see new people laying more people off. And that's the entire economy. Part of it's AI, part of it's inflation, part of it's tariffs. It's all working in concert. And when consumers can't pick and choose what they're buying, when they start going into debt because of things, you're going to see all those effects happen. You're going to see everything I'm saying occur. And GameStop's resistant to all of that. And Ryan Cohen's a genius. Ryan Cohen's a genius. Set up perfect 8-hour work days, perfect opening and closing times where we only need one person on the job, where we have one manager doing everything, not doing everything, but, managing the store. That's his job. While we have multiple people coming in, helping 4-hour shifts. And then you have another person that's a key holder, 32 hours. So it's a fine, very efficient machine, and everything's working perfectly to me so far. But then you got idiots like this. We have to hear it left and right. Do I even need to play this?
You're speaking some blasphemy right now. Most people really like Ryan Cohen.
I wish you would be more adaptive to the changing economy.
Now, I hope everyone listens to that right now. Because you know what that is? That's called a frustrated ape. And you all soon will be frustrated too. Give it another year. You think in 2026, when GameStop's $11, you're going to be diamond-handed? You're going to be crowing right now? No, you're not.
This fool, he looks like he's straight out of the Lord of the Rings. Like his Gollum sidekick or something. He's weird. Like he eats eyeballs for fun. He's sick. I just hate to look at this fool. So he talks crap about Ryan Cohen, talking about GameStop being $11. Then he's going to go over here.
Of assets. But you're doing it because Ryan Cohen's such a good investor. Agreed. He is very good. He's extremely smart. But
he goes on saying all this crap back and forth, and it's all because he opened calls on GameStop when what did he do? He shorted GameStop when it went flying up. When it was up, he opened calls and it went back down. And it was so funny. A Golem sidekick straight up eating eyeballs, fish eyeballs, whatever type of eyeballs. Like that's a snack or something. He's disgusting. He looks like a freak, like malnourished, vitamin deficient, no skin, no melanin, no nothing. No skin. He's sick. He looks like he smells like what is it, those Asian markets, yo? Ricky B. Loco, you know what I'm talking about. When you go into the Asian mart and they got all the fish and everything out there and all the meats and everything, yeah, he reeks like the bottom of the ocean, yo. That's what he looks like. But Ryan Cohen's doing this thing, man. I gotta go. 5 minutes. Should I do it? I'm just showing.
This was a good one.
There's people out there all over the place. Before I have to bounce, so people all over the place making videos. So many different, influencers, new YouTubers, whatever, making positive videos about GameStop, whether it be Funko Pop, people going to GameStop showing the collections they're doing for action figures, used video games, retro gaming, high margin products. And I looked up this Mario Party 7, the online, I forgot the name of it, the other online used video game store. It's a big store. Pulled up top of the search results. They don't have this game, and all the other places that do have this game, we're right on point with it, or underneath their prices.
We should make a few bucks on that.
And there's nobody else that's nationwide that does what we do.
But then all of a sudden, GameStop was able to do something and find them once they realized, oh snap, he has 2 million followers and he's tagging us and calling us out. Such bullcrap. At the end of the day, these cards.
This guy's talking about how he has so much influence, and GameStop's trying to steal this guy's card, and He's saying GameStop's trying to steal this card, but only because he has a following of 2 million and message them on Twitter or X or whatever that GameStop did something and magically found the cards, insinuating that they were trying to steal his cards.
Aren't worth much. I paid more to get them graded than their actual value, but this was a chance to fix what feels like a gap in the process. Because sometimes the thing you are fixing is not the problem, it's the feeling. Making customers feel heard builds loyalty. As someone with a platform, I feel like it's my responsibility to point out potential issues with the things we are passionate about. Not to tear them down, but to help make them better for everyone. Got my cards back thanks to everyone who jumped in, messaged me, and was ready to write it down. You guys are the real ones. And then the cards that he submitted, 2 old school Kobe Bryant cards that just had really significant meaning to him. Not expensive cards, maybe worth $30 each graded, but you could see how somebody that maybe doesn't know a bunch about sports could be like, oh crap, these are Kobe Bryant. Are these Kobe Bryant rookie cards? I don't know. These are Kobe cards. These might potentially be worth keeping, right? And again, I want to say, Dino did nothing wrong here. Dino did everything great and perfectly, and Dino said it exactly the way that I would say it. With somebody with influence, it's our responsibility to call out the inconsistencies in the things that we love. I love GameStop. I've loved GameStop for a long time. When they started...
He loves GameStop. Watch.
The Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection releases this morning, and GameStop is officially out of touch with Pokemon card collecting. GameStop's up to their usual shenanigans again with Pokemon cards, proving that they're the real Team Rocket. Secondhand me hearing it from people saying they've heard it, but regardless, there's been a lot going on with GameStop and Pokemon cards, a lot that has changed and a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. And now, after GameStop saying power to the player, after GameStop doing all these things to try and put cards in the hands of Pokemon card collectors, albeit increasing prices constantly, now they have introduced a pay-to-play model, if you will, where basically, if you're paying to be a pro member, you actually can buy more Pokemon cards, right? You can buy more cards. So the latest in the...
Here you go. Guy loves GameStop.
GameStop wants to submit your Pokemon cards and other cards for you for grading. This is terrible. What's going on?
That was the first video he did. Talking about how you should see his comments. Everyone's like, you're an idiot. I've graded so many cards through GameStop. It has been great. This is great. $16? That was when they first opened. He was like, and I don't have to worry about shipping it to PSA. Let me go back to that. You're going to see why GameStop is the value it is. Why GameStop changes the whole landscape of this collecting thing, and why his feathers are ruffled. Look, this is awesome. 16 to grade your cards. You don't have to send 10 in. Free shipping for GameStop Pro members. PSA wants to charge me $75 for shipping. No, this is an absolute win for GameStop. We do things. This has all been thoroughly researched. We know where the pain points are, and Ryan Cohen, he attacks it all the time.
Submitting your Pokemon cards to PSA, buying Pokemon cards and selling them to you, having unfettered access to more product coming in because there's no pre-orders, and then that product, it's supposed to go to customers. My biggest concern with this is GameStop employees are notoriously known for being underpaid and unhappy. GameStop's not the easiest company to work for, and they don't pay their regular store employees a lot of money. They're under a lot of stress. They have a lot of pressure to push certain things and to do certain things, and it's a hard, difficult, stressful job for not a lot of pay. Are those the type of employees, no disrespect to the GameStop employees, but are those the type of employees that you want taking your expensive PSA submissions in, taking your expensive raw cards in and sending them off to PSA? Are those the type of people that you want getting in a order of 100 Elite Trainer boxes that they're supposed to sell to you and customers at $50 a box? Or they could just buy all of them and turn around and flip them and make money because they're not.
Because people with less money, they're more susceptible to robbing you, right? To doing crime, to being bad people, right? But Wall Street, they got a ton of money, right? They must be stand-up people, stand-up citizens. All this dude does is stereotype GameStop employees, say because they don't make a lot of money, you want them handling your cards. They're not experts. Every time I go, they know way more than I do about Pokemon cards, Magic cards, whatever it is. They know more about video games than anyone else. It's the place to go. This dude, he obviously thinks more of people with money. I look at people, I look at humans, you know. You can't afford 25 per year, you should not be buying. Absolutely, man. That's so true. And you get the money back. $5 submissions. You know, even if you look at it, they charge $10 for PSA submissions. They charge $10 for PSA submissions. You get a $5 coupon. You know, and it's unlimited amount of cards you can do. So you can just save up your cards. You can just save up your cards, take it in one time, get it graded, and use your $5 coupon. You have points that build up as well to use. So yeah.
These kids are everywhere, and they're doing the collectibles, and they're doing all of this stuff. And I'm thinking, I thought about you. I thought about GameStop immediately. Now, how do you tap into something like that?
I mean, we've moved the business from a big reliance on hardware and software to collectibles, and so we're selling a ton of trading cards, both sports and TCG, and yeah, it's a much more durable business. It's not as cyclical as hardware, which, as you know, it's hit driven. The software business, hardware is every 6 to 7 years, and it's TBD in terms of the future of hardware. So we've got a much larger collectibles business today, and generally the business is much more efficient. You know, it's going to be a smaller, less stores, but more profitable company. And most importantly, we're generating profits every single quarter now. So
every single quarter. Everything you need to hear from Ryan Cohen right there. We're gearing towards TCG, less cyclical. So I mean, what you've heard. I've read Larry Chang's tweet. Consistent year-over-year profit, consistent quarterly profits. That's where we're at. We're going to be making $500 million a year this year when that 10K drops. There's nothing more to do but just keep buying and holding, man. I got to bounce. Yes, Sergio. Stressful job chilling, talking about video games. I know you have to, every job, you have to work, man. You have to go and work. You have to earn it, you know? You can either choose to be lazy or not. And honestly, the way Ryan Cohen is, from the top down, you're going to see, I see the change in GameStop employees. It's going to trickle down to the management below him, and that's going to trickle down and keep trickling down all the way to the cashier behind the register. That's the way it's going to work. When you try to do a change in a mindset of a business, you have to start at the top. He's the hardest worker there is in this company, and it's going to trickle down by management through the and they're going to set the expectations of the employees. So that's how it's going to work. Ryan Cohen said it right here. We're done losing money. Quarter after quarter profits, which will turn into year-over-year profits, and it's over. The short thesis is done. GameStop has enough more cash than a little. We can sustain any market volatility, and we've got a rabid investor base behind us, behind the stock. And what else is there? What other company do you know that has an investor base like us that goes out and researches the stock, the company, all the filings every single day, every day of our life? We do this. There's nobody more of an expert than us. We're the best analysts. No Tony De Niro, yo. I'm out. Peace.